Hey guys, what's up? My name is Blinks, and today I wanted to make a quick video analyzing a team fight in the first game of MVP Black versus Team Liquid in the MSI Gaming Arena. So the reason I chose to pick this fight is because it's a good example of how a fight that seems like it could go very well, or positioning that seems like it could go very well, could actually turn pretty sour for you guys. So first thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the minimap, alright? So we have the minimap and we see that Tyrael is top and Zagara is middle, but still not really near the team fight. So what's happening here is that Malfurion has just come up to these ogres and sees that, alright, so it looks like Skeleton King or Leoric is alone, and Blue team has no way of knowing, or MVP Black has no way of knowing where anybody on red team is. They see KT over here, but everybody else is either in fog or there's Zeratul in their stealth. So let's move this forward a few seconds. Alright, so at this point this actually looks pretty good for blue team. There's three of them here. The only person trying to get these easies is a Muradin, and it basically looks like it's a free steal for MVP. But they make a slight mistake that then kind of catapults into a bunch of other mistakes, and that big mistake is having Malfurion right here. So when you're playing support, you're playing any range carry against Muradin, you just have to remember that you're not safe when you're next to him, and you're not safe when you're far away from him, or at least far away enough where he can jump and stun you. So we see Malf come up here. Raynor comes up to Malf is just kind of like staying on his mount, and at this point what he should actually be doing is he should be moving back up, because Arthas has kind of taken over the position of, alright, I'm gonna play up in here, I'm gonna bully up, and these people should be staying back, supporting him, and then maybe dropping a roots to see if he needs to disengage, see if he needs help, anything like that. So at this point, however, already, like, before it was just one person, now it's two people, and they also have vision of Sergeant Hammer and Kael'thas up there from creeps. And unfortunately this is a VOD, not a replay, so I can't actually show that to you guys, but blue team knows that red team has four people around here, and yet they still kind of decide to stick around. So let's see what happens in the next few seconds. So Arthas comes up here, hits the ogre, and immediately, yeah, they do decide to turn around, but it's already too late, because we see Zeratul coming in here from the back, and instead of dismounting Uther, instead of queuing him, or instead of maybe Arthas death coiling him when he was over here, Uther doesn't really get touched, and he gets close enough to Malfurion to stun him, followed up by a Muradin stun, and this is when shit kind of hits the fan. So between Zeratul's burst, Malf's stun, or sorry, Mura's stun, Uther's stun, and then KT's damage as well. Oh, they didn't even need KT's damage. Like, that Malf is a goner. But this still isn't necessarily an unsalvageable team fight, because Raynor does a lot of damage, and Arthas is in the middle of three of them, just wailing on them and still at full health. And remember, these guys' cooldowns are down, so no Void Bomb, no Void Slash, I think it's called, no stun on either of these guys, so MVP Black has a little bit of time to put some damage in them. Let's see what they do. So we're going to go forward second by second. So I really like this decision here from the Raynor to use his ultimate and kind of just like shut down this whole corridor. We saw that Zagara put a Mutalisk on Zeratul. This little symbol down here is the Mutalisk symbol. Zeratul just blanked down. You can see him on the minimap. So effectively, Zeratul is out of the fight. So it's back to being a 3-on-3. Sergeant Hammer's up there, not really doing much. You can see the outline of her range right there. She's not hitting Zagara, and Raynor can move in a second to be out of it. Flame Strike doesn't hit anything, so it really looks like MVP Black is in a really, really, really good position. And this is where I think that the Malfurion dying kind of causes MVP Black to kind of like go into a panic and make an even bigger mistake. Because right here, if this stays just the way it is, Raynor moves up, Zagara moves up, Arthas moves with the three of these guys. Remember, they don't have any stuns. Kael'Thas's Tornado is down. They still don't have any cooldowns, and they just get completely wrecked by Arthas's AoE chill, and then Hyperion, along with Banelings, just like everything. Like, they're about to get wrecked. Unfortunately, this is what ends up happening. See, look at how low Lucifron is here. He doesn't have his jump either because he jumped over to kill Malfurion. So these guys get really low and pretty out of position. And even through his avatar, right? Like, he's low. He's about to die. Uther too is half health. They're still in a really good position. And the Maw comes out. So let's take a look at this. Maw comes out on what probably should have been a dead Muradin, especially with Tyrael coming in here. Like, imagine if Tyrael had come in here and ulted Muradin. Not only would that have stunned Muradin, that would have rocketed Uther either down or towards the left, so it would have been an even easier kill. This Phoenix is about to time out. And Zeratul is still completely zoned out down here by the Mutalisk. But once again, this just all feels like panic stuff that stems from bad positioning on Malfurion in the very beginning there. So we go forward just a little bit, and alright, blue team still looks like they're in a pretty good position. It's true that Raynor dies, but if the Maw hadn't come down, they probably would have been a 1-for-1 trade. And then here's something that I just completely don't understand. The Tyrael ultimate onto Zeratul down here, where there's just absolutely no one to follow up on that. He's not even necessarily preventing Zeratul from blinking in and killing anyone, because no one up here is really low enough, and plus, even if that was his way of thinking, Zeratul could just blink up right after the Judgment and then do whatever he wanted to do, right? So, alright, we're going. Just like Arthas dies here, it's basically a slaughter. Like, what could have been a 1-for-0 if they had just immediately decided to run away, became a 2-for-0 and then a 3-for-0, and now it's going to be a 4-for-0. Actually, Muradin might end up dying here. Alright, Muradin ends up dying, but still, not a great trade. And then we see Tyrael also, instead of deciding to run away, tries to get on here, get on this point, and ends up getting killed. So it's a 5-for-1. The reason I wanted to make this video is I just want to stress that it's okay to let people die, especially in the beginning of the game. I would say, like, anything pre-16 I would still count as early on in the game, because 16 is when, or level 16, not minute 16, is when death timers start getting really painful. Don't be afraid to just let deaths happen and back up off of them, because a lot of times in panicked play, I don't know, whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to work as well if you have somebody dead. So just to reiterate, the main things that happened that caused this situation to unfold is that Malfurion, let's see if we can get back there. Malfurion was too close to red team, and then neither Raynor nor Arthas demounted Uther as he ran up and tried to stun Malfurion. So it's obviously not just his fault, it's like a team thing. But little micro things like that really make a big difference in Heroes of the Storm. Especially with when you're bursting down a healer, because if he had gotten his tranquility off, or he'd been able to heal himself, this could have been a totally different story. Like, it could have gone completely the other way. It could have been 5 kills for MVP Black, 1 for Team Liquid. So yeah, just wanted to go over that team fight. I thought it was interesting. For those of you guys that are wondering, Liquid did go on to win this game, but then MVP Black went on to win the series. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I'm trying to make more of these like super micro play videos so that you guys can see that there actually is a lot of skill involved in Heroes of the Storm. It's just not always that obvious, and it's really hard to A, see mistakes, and B, fix your mistakes. But if you do little tiny things to adjust your gameplay every day, then you're gonna become an amazing player in no time. Anyway, my name has been Blinks. If you guys like this video, please subscribe to my channel, please like the video on YouTube, and definitely check me out on Twitch. I stream almost every day, and I have a really fun stream. I think you guys would enjoy it. Anyway, that's it for today. See you guys next time. Bye.